What's up, guys? Welcome back, man, to another podcast. I have a special guest today. I'm gonna let him tell his story. Y'all know I love being guests on people that have some kind of substance, people who have a vision, people who trying to go somewhere and ain't stagnant. So welcome to the podcast, boss.
Man, I appreciate it.
Yes, sir, man. Let the people know about you, man. Tell me a little bit about you.
Well, man, my name is Charles Woods, man. I was raised in Conroe.
Come on.
Shoot, man. I went to college, was lucky enough to get a college football scholarship.
Okay.
It wasn't to be in the NFL. Man.
Yeah, it wasn't for that.
It wasn't for that.
Okay.
My scholarship, for me, it was it was a form for me to get some education out of my situation that I was in. So
love that.
Went to school, man. I was lucky enough to get 2 degrees from the University of Louisiana Lafayette. Bachelor's in industrial technology.
Okay.
Master's in engineering and technology.
So you the man then. We need to go to you for all the information.
Well, guess what? Let me tell you.
Okay, come on with it.
Got those degrees in that field.
Okay.
Now I'm 20 plus years in education.
So what made you switch to like education though?
Man, I was like a mentor coach to me. He was my defensive back coach in high school. Man, he was always a motivator. He was always a pusher, man. He was always looking to do better. I used to see him go to class, his masters, and things like that. So he became a principal. Dr. Poole became a principal at Caney Creek High School in Conroe.
Okay.
Me and him stayed in touch. You know, we talk at least 2-3 times a year when I was in college. You know, come home, come see him. So you know, I graduated. I went out, reached out to him, and talked to him, and I was really looking for something like it, Baker Hughes.
Okay, so you think about that money.
Think about the money. That's what my goal was.
That's it.
Money.
Think about that money.
But he always talked about, man, you be a great coach teacher, man.
Come on, man.
Man, let me tell you, I don't want to teach anybody's kids. I don't want to coach anybody's kids, and I don't want to sit down and talk to parents about the kids.
Come on.
That was what I was thinking at that time.
I got you.
But, you know, for the respect to him, I went on an interview with him. I went out there. I went on an interview. Man, it really wasn't an interview. We chopped it up a little bit. We walked down the hall. He thought I didn't know what he was doing.
Okay.
But I know what he was doing. We were walking down the athletic wing. You know, I played sports.
He about to get you in there. He about to reel you in.
And that's what happened. Like, we go into a football defensive meeting that they were having. He kind of nudged me in the door. So, hey,
take a look at it.
I'll find your teaching field later.
As long as you can you coach, please.
Let me tell you, man, I said I'll do it for this year.
Okay.
It took me a week, man, and I was hooked.
Oh wow.
Just serving kids, man. Just helping kids.
Impacting them.
Man, just impacting kids, man. Just like people have done for me in public education, man. It was
so
amazing.
how many kids come back? Like after 10 years, 5 years, like
I can't count.
Man.
Can't count, or I just see out and about. Or, you know, the beautiful thing about social media, you know, they say so many negative things about Instagram and Facebook and all that. But the beautiful thing is they reach out. They stay connected.
Yes.
We can have conversations.
And I think that's pretty good though, that you not only impacting kids, but you're allowing them to reach back out to you.
Yes, sir.
And not just cutting them off. Like, I'm done with you. You already graduated.
Yes, sir.
And so that's pretty powerful though. So let's talk a little bit about the shipping dynamic. How are you mentally shipping these kids to get ready for life?
Keeping it real.
I like that.
That's the biggest part, man. Don't sugarcoat things. You know, it's about your delivery.
Yes.
You can get your message across, but it's just about your delivery. For
how you delivering it.
Yes.
And I think that's important though, because a lot of times our delivery don't be as good as we think. My thing is, let them, if they coming back to you, apparently you're doing something great.
Right.
You know, and that's very important though. So so you do some speaking?
I do some speaking.
What made you want to get into speaking though?
Man, it's the whole piece of education, man. Impacting, standing in front of kids and, you know, getting that point across, that message across, and seeing that you grab their attention and their energy and hey, Coach Woods, this and that, Mr. Woods, this and that, man. So I just want to be able to impact lives, not just kids, adults, people that are struggling, people that need that inspiration. Because I'm a positive person, man.
Yes.
I wake up on the positive
side. That's
how
I am every day. I'm the same way. We're like, man, why you always happy? I'm like, man, first of all, I'm living my dreams.
Right.
Second of all, I ain't pressed the clock in 3 years, so I'm always pinching myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So listen, man, I tell people all the time, like, you have to believe in what you're doing. Correct. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about the word believe. You know, I tell people, in order to believe in yourself, you have to tell yourself a lie in a way.
Right.
Because if you spell out believe, in the middle of that word is a lie.
Right.
So you gotta kind of be a little bit delusional.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To get the success that you're looking for, though. Right. So you got into speaking. Once you got into speaking, I mean, what is that thing that keep pushing you to want to do it, though? Because you could easily give it up.
Man, conversations afterwards. You know, after you stood up there and you've gotten your point across, and you grabbed the audience attention.
Yes.
You know, nothing's bigger than that conversation after with those individual people out in the audience, man. That's what keeps you going.
Yeah. And I like that. So it's a group of you guys, ain't it?
Right, it is.
Yeah, it's a group of you guys, and then I'm pretty sure y'all keeping each other pushing, you know, to that next level. So. Right. What are some things you learned over the last 20 years in education that you can bring for the next generation, though?
Right.
When it comes to like bringing that value to them.
Man, some of the biggest parts is even for me as a kid going through education and seeing these kids out there, man, it's, you know, the opportunities are limitless.
Come on, talk about it.
Man, it's something for everybody.
Yes.
You cannot blame what happened. Like if you're going through something that's rough, trials and tribulations, you can't sit and stir in that.
That's true.
Man, you gotta grab on what you have, and education gives you a way out. Whether people believe it or not, people got they do's and they don'ts about public education. That's the best thing out, man.
I tell people this though. It's two things that pushes people forward. Motivation, education.
Right.
If you can figure out a way how to motivate people and you can figure out how to educate them, that's going to push them forward.
Right.
And the problem is sometimes we haven't figured that thing out. Some of us and I tell people all the time, die empty. Don't die full.
Let it all out.
Die, because you have books in you. You have courses in you. You have all this information, but we haven't learned how to package it, promote it, and present it to people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So once you learn how to package, promote, and present it, it becomes real easy. You know what I'm saying? Right. So what are some of your goals in the next like 3 years? I mean, pushing your vision. Like, first of all, what's your vision in the next 3 years when it comes to you?
Oh man, my vision is to be able to impact more lives, man. It's just as simple as that.
Come on.
Make sure I get more speaking engagement so I can get in front of others. You know, I did, you know, just keep this journey that I got with the group of guys that I'm going with, man. Motivate me to get some more books out there in people's hands, you know, and not just our adolescents, man. I want to impact the adults, man.
Yes.
Go into corporations and things like that. Just help motivate, because we talked about just a few minutes ago, man, waking up every day positive, but not everybody can do that.
No.
You know, but it's easy.
But you know why though? Because the source they plugged into.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about it. I tell people this all the time. Be a plug. All right. Walk around like a plug. And be conscious who you plugging into or what you plugging into.
Right.
That's what's giving you your source back.
Right.
So if you're on social media looking at all this negative stuff, then that's the source you plugged into.
Right.
But if I'm plugged into you, I'm plugged into Chip, I'm plugged into Darius, I'm plugged into these people, they the one who's gonna push me forward.
Right.
To give me the energy I need back.
Right.
The problem is we be so plugged into negative situations and people. That's why we can't get that energy though.
And man, that's what I talk about. Like your crowd, your circle is very important.
That's good.
You don't have to be around them because the certain group think this group is.
Oh, come on, talk about it. Come on, talk about it.
Are they spilling positive energy out?
Come on.
Are they infecting the environment with positive energy? Are they just negative, man? And you know what's so difficult for our adolescents, man? Hit delete on that social media.
Oh, come on, man. Cyberbullying? What are we talking about? Delete. I'm like you. Like, wow, man.
Delete, unfollow, all that stuff.
Yes. Don't get sucked into it.
Don't.
I tell people love, me personally, I don't care about the critics. Because I always say a dog can't bark at a parked car. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. But when you're moving, he gonna bark.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So when it comes to being successful, the way I became job free is I realized my talent, my gift, and I learned how to design my own products.
Right.
I learned how to write my own books, and I started to position myself to greatness. Right. And now I realize I call it the power 1,000. You just need 1,000 people to know, like, and trust you, and to buy from you.
Right.
1,000 times 1,000 is how much?
Ooh,
$1 million.
$1 million.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to think like that's what you need. Right. I think a lot of people position themselves at jobs, and I was like, okay, a job is cool. We can work here 9 to 5, but you can build your dream 6 to 10. Right. How you gonna do it?
I love it.
You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
So piggyback off like building your dreams. How hard you think it is for people to do that?
Man, I think it makes it hard for people because just like what you said, man, you know, people are looking for gratification from everybody. And you don't need gratification from everybody.
They want that verification. They want people to verify, like, hey, you think I should do this? Right. Hey, you think I should do that? Right. You know what I'm saying? That's like you're asking people who don't even know how to do what you're trying to do. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I tell people, make sure that you have that GPS in your life, which is that mentor. Right. Because if you have that mentor, he can tell you some things. Right. He can coach you. He can show you, hey, go down here. Matter of fact, don't even watch that. Go make this turn and come over here. Correct. And I think that's very important. So to you, how important is having a mentor in your life?
Man, it's very important. Whatever that mentor looks like, man. And I think people say, they think about mentor, the person that's doing this and that and helping you. It's those people that's on that journey with you as well.
Come on.
Man, them people that you can call on the way home, man. Let me bounce this off of
man.
People, it's mentors out there that you don't even know is mentoring you.
That's what I'm saying. I'm with you. Yes. I'm with you. And I tell people, don't just have a vision board. Right. Have a vision environment. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So I said, oh, what? Yeah, your environment, the people that you're around is going to give you the energy you need to get the results you're looking for. The problem with so many people is they like, oh, well, this is what my mom said. This is what my uncle said. I'm like, have they broke the generational curse of financial freedom? Exactly. If they haven't, why are you listening to them? Exactly. You know, if you're trying to be financially free, you're taking it, and no disrespect to their parents. It's just that they haven't found a way. Right. And the way that they went don't mean you have to go. Correct. You can direct your own path. Right. But so many people say, well, you know, my dad said this, my mom's. I'm like, okay, do they have the life that you want? Right. That's the real question, though. Let's talk about being a servant. How important is being a servant?
It's very important. You know, because you can't do anything by yourself, man. You can't. And it ain't all about you. No. it's not all about you, man. It's about the others that are out there, man, and support. Like if you have something and you have some things inside of you that you can share, why not share?
Come on, man.
Man, it's about that love. It's about giving to others, man. You don't want others to struggle.
No.
It's very important to be a servant. That's why I chose like education, man. Like, I enjoy being a servant leader, supporting others, making sure others have those opportunities that I had.
Yeah, and I think like being a servant is understanding that you're giving people hope.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? There's an acronym for hope. You heard of it?
Give it to me.
Help other people excel. Ooh. If you help enough people get what they want out of life, right, you'll get what you want out of life. Correct. The problem is we're so locked in to just focus on us. Right. You know what I'm saying? I tell people, I live to leave a legacy. They was like, what that mean? You working for 401k, I'm working for my last name. It's a difference. Right. So I'm trying to create products and information and serve people and give them the value that they deserve. Right. That's the mental mindset. And I never knock jobs. I just said that sometimes some of us on different journeys. And it's okay to be on your journey because my journey might not look like your journey. Right. But there's some people who want to be on my journey and there's some people who want to be on your journey. And I believe that God have people assigned to us. Right. Correct. And if we don't live our purpose, we doing a disservice to those people. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So that's very important to like live out your purpose, man. So at your age right now, do you feel like you're totally living out your purpose?
I don't. I feel like it's still work to be done.
Come on. You know? Come on.
And that's what I'm focusing on this year and the years to come too, man. There's just so much out there that we can do. It's about getting that plan in place and implementing that plan. Implementing that plan.
Hey.
Implementing that plan.
Hey, say that again. I tell people,
implementing that plan.
Knowledge ain't power. It's the application of the knowledge that gets you the power. The problem is you say you got knowledge, that ain't the power. You know what I'm saying?
What is it doing sitting inside of you?
That's what I'm saying. Are you that book, that information? I'm like, so many great ideas at the gravesite.
Right.
because people were scared to live their purpose.
Right.
They let fear set in.
Right.
And once fear set in, they like, oh man, I don't know. Well, little Jimmy said that ain't good. My mama said she tried that. My uncle said he had 2 businesses that failed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, but did they get the proper tools they need to be successful?
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Right. And I think that's the whole mindset that needs to be shipped to the next generation. All right. So if you can go back and tell your 13-year-old self something that can make today look different, what would it be?
Woo. Man. My 13-year-old self, man.
What would you tell him?
My 13-year-old self was trying to make it, man. Was trying to survive. I was a pretty good student, but I think I would focus more on the writing, the reading, the literacy part of things.
Talk about it.
Get more into that part. Like those, man, I always think too when I'm talking about like when I run into certain types of money, when I got my college scholarship, man, I had certain types of money like financial aid and stuff like that. Be more responsible. We talk about financial literacy and stuff like that.
Yes.
And just focus on those things so I could manage my money better when I was younger.
Yes. Because that's something we can't get back.
No.
I tell people, man, it's only 3 things you can do with time. You can waste it, you can invest it, or you can spend it.
Right.
So the thing is, you got to put a percentage on everything.
Right.
So if you got 100%, how much time you wasted, how much time you spending, and how much time you invested.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a big advocate of buying products.
Right.
That I see that can make my business better. So many people are scared to invest in themselves, man. Let's talk about the investment in yourself. So why is it so important for people to invest in themselves?
Man, if you don't invest in yourself, then you're not gonna reach your dreams, man. Like it's so many people that feel like I'm spending this money, so I'm not gonna. Like if I'm spending all this money, and I'm gonna put myself in a bind. They say, man, if you want to make money, you got to spend.
You got to spend money.
You have to spend.
You have to spend money.
That's a hard thing for especially coming from where we come from.
Yes,
our culture to kind of grasp. Like you got to spend money to make money. You think, man, if I spend it, I'm not gonna have it.
That's true. And I really like what made me build out my digital agency, because I realized that people needed help with websites.
Right.
People needed help with branding. People needed help with understanding how to create reels. People needed this help.
Right.
And the people that I was going to, none of them looked like me.
Right. Right.
I'm being honest. They didn't look like me. Right. So I'm like, well, you know what? I'm about to make me look like me. So that means that I'm about to build out these products. And then people can know, oh, this guy, he do reels. This guy got digital, and he can help me do my website. I'm gonna build that,
right.
So that I can see that it's another generation. Because one thing, and I really respect you guys for speaking, because I grew up in Baytown, Texas. You know what that's it?
Yes, sir.
They used to bring motivational speakers all the time, and I ain't seen one black. I'm being honest. I didn't see him.
I hear you.
I was looking for him.
Right.
I'm in high school. I'm like, man, I'm already tuned out.
Right.
And nothing against them. I'm just saying I was looking for somebody to look like me.
Yeah, that can really tell you or speak to you about what you're going through. Yeah.
And I think that's very important that we push that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like my wife always says, she said, one thing I learned, she said, man, when people pay, they pay attention. Everything can't be free.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You just can't be free, because the value that you're giving them, here's your price, stick to your price, because they're going to stick to their price no matter where you go.
Right.
They're going to stick to their price. So, and it's like you to just be filling yourself out. So let's talk a little bit about this book. I'm about to open this book up, y'all.
All right.
Let's talk about it.
Yes, sir.
All right. So the name of this book, all right, is Concrete to Connections. What made you create that name?
Concrete Connections about relationships, man. Man, and we were just talking about earlier. It touches on, it's not just about any relationship. It's not about the quantity, it's the quality, man. It's solid relationships, man. It's gonna help motivate you, and you're gonna help motivate them as well.
And that's, again, I tell people, you trying to build a foundation, all right, on top of the concrete. Yes, but you need to find some soil.
Yes.
To put it in. You know, this is a relationship that me and you building today.
Correct.
So at the end of the year, when I'm having this big fancy ball, I can go back and meet everybody that came on my podcast. You know, this year was my year. I said, man, I'm gonna push 150 people on my podcast.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? So I just started pushing.
Right.
Pushing. And people just coming in. Like when you leave, somebody coming at 1, tomorrow somebody coming at 10, Wednesday somebody coming at 10, Thursday I got 2 people, one at 6, one at 11. Man. I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
It's just crazy, but it's just pushing your purpose, man.
Right.
So how important, let's explain the difference between your purpose and living your dreams. What's the difference?
Man, your purpose can just be out there, man. This is my purpose, that whatever that may be.
Okay.
This is what it is, man. This is the purpose that I have. But if you're not, like we talked about before, if you're not implementing the plan for that purpose,
come on,
then you're not living your dreams.
Come on, talk about it.
If you're living your dream, you're implementing and you're putting it in play every day you wake up. You're adding value to that.
I tell people all the time, I say, what plays are you running? What bars are you dropping? Let's talk about it. The plays that you are running is the marketing that you're presenting to the world.
Right.
The bars is the content.
Ooh.
So what plays are you running every day?
Right.
Like my marketing, I can show you all my marketing I'm doing with all my different businesses.
Right.
What plays are you running? And what bars you dropping? So every day I try to drop content on social media. Every day I try to drop either it's a reel, either it's a podcast, it's just a behind the scenes. I try to drop information, which is important, because think about this. If you document your everyday and then you die, people can go back and see it on social media.
Correct.
I tell people content is easy to create when you're documenting. Document your moments.
Right.
You know, I'm not saying you got to walk around every second, but you can say, hey, walking in the office today, sitting down, about to work on this project. Man, I just connect with Mr. Charles. I mean, you can just be documenting these moments.
Right.
And so people can see where you're going.
Right.
You know, and I think it's important. Like, podcast it's funny because me and my wife started podcast in 2018. We stopped it because we didn't really understand it.
Right.
And so we was in our house at the time. I'm like, oh man, how we gonna do this? We had mics wasn't even hooked up. We had we had one camera. Right. You know, and now we got $3,000 cameras. I mean, it just get crazy. But it's just that the consistency. So how important is consistency when it comes to success?
Man, consistency is very, very, very important.
Talk about it.
Man, because if you lack off and then you get, when consistency becomes routine. When that consistency turns into routine, then it's just like it's go all the time. This is what I'm used to. This is what I can do, man.
Yes.
But if that consistency from the beginning, like you don't have it, oh man, it's gonna be hard for you to make them.
You know what I see with this generation? I see they need a lot of breaks.
Yeah.
I see this generation. It's like, I just want to brag. I don't want to. People say, man, how you keep going hard every day at 43? I'm going hard every day. I'm relentless.
Right.
Because I feel like time didn't pass by so fast.
Right.
From 18 to 43, that's 25 years that it just flew by. I'm like, woo.
So I don't have that much.
I don't have that much.
Yes.
So like, man, and then I just start perfecting what I'm doing every single day.
Right.
And then that's what gets you the results that you're looking for. So are you goal driven or results driven?
Woo. Man, I put a goal. I put a goal out there, but man, I'm about to get some results.
Okay.
Man, I need the results, man. Because that goal hang out there and you don't have no results from that.
Come on.
What is that goal?
That's good though. Because I think so many people, they have a lot of goals, and their goals is so many goals that they never get to the results.
Right.
And so I call it the power of one. Focus on that one thing that you better than somebody else then.
Right.
Focus on it. Podcasting. I love it. What made me create my podcast membership, $2,500 a year, was because people kept asking me. So I'm like, well, go buy the course. I got a course right now, a podcast course. The course is $297. People was like, man, I need more. I want the course, but I want access to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, well, first, then I had a group of people that was like, $297. So I created an ebook. So I said, go buy the ebook. for $47. They buy the ebook. They like, I need more. Go buy the course. They buy the course. And Lloyd, the course was amazing, man, but I need access to you.
Right.
So I said, you know what? $2,500. I'll give you 1 year access to me, and you can come record your first 2 right here. And I'm going to show you how everything works. You'd be surprised how many people signing up. They want it. They want the information.
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. And I said again, the old version of me, the 20-something-year-old me would be like, man, people ain't going to pay $2,500, man. I don't know.
Right.
They pay.
Yeah.
They pay because they want it.
Right.
When somebody want it, they can find, they'll find a way to get the money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's very important. I think that people need to understand that. So it's a word game. It's a game. I say a word, and then you tell me what the word means to you. First word is mindset.
Ooh, gotta have it. Positive.
Talk about it.
You need it.
Come on.
Man, if you don't, like, you don't wake up in the morning, you don't have that positive mindset, you starting off wrong, man.
I like that. I like that. Next word is energy. What do that mean to you?
That's in my my principles of greatness.
Okay.
Gratitude, resilience, energy, accountability, and trust. Energy's got to always be positive, man.
That's good.
Positive side of everything, man.
But you have a person that say, well, y'all talking good, but y'all don't understand my environment. So what do you tell them?
Man, you make your environment. Like, you talking about your environment. Like, you control your environment.
Yes, sir.
Like, you don't let that environment control you.
Yes, sir.
You make that environment every day you get up in the morning. You make that environment, then you can make that change too. When you put your plan in play.
Plan and play. Y'all heard of plan and play. You know, there's an acronym called denial. You heard of it?
Give it to me.
Don't even notice I am lying. So people lie to themselves every day. So tell me about the word denial. How do somebody do not become denial?
Man, by living what you say, man. Living what you say. Don't go up there and just say things because you think people want to hear it.
Come on.
We don't talk on this mic because I think people want to hear it.
Come on.
What I'm talking about, I'm living it.
Come on.
That's what makes the best person. That's what makes a person that's pushing and got some things going. I'm living what I say.
I'm living what I say.
Oh, I've already lived through it.
I love that. And I think that's important that people understand that we are living what we say. Now, people say, I get this question a lot. How it feels to be jive free? I said, it feel like a lot of work. Because I ain't just, my feet ain't up every day.
Right. I'm working to get what I have right now.
That's what I'm saying. But they so like, oh man, how you do that? I'm like, listen, I tell everybody, find a product. How much is this product?
$25.
So $25. There's a number that I did years ago. I call it reverse engineering. $278 a day creates 6 figures a year. So let's talk about it. This is a $25 product. All right. I mean, we need to sell 12 of these a day.
Right.
12 a day. The law of numbers say 1%. So that means that 1,200 people, we need to have some kind of ad going on that 1,200 people can see this book a day.
Right.
That's the law of numbers.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. Right. You know what I'm saying? Now, what if God just put his sauce on here and just want to give us 5%? What if he want to bless us with 5% of people buy?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But this is the thing I tell people. And I'm going to ask you this question. I don't know, but I'm asking you. Is there a website I can go to that speaks to the people that get them to buy?
Like when you say speak.
I mean, like we get to the website and the website say, hey, what's up? Welcome. I call it the landing page or the ATM page or whatever you want to call it. You get there and say, hey, man, welcome here, man. Right below me, my book is available. But before you buy the book, a couple things I'll tell you about it. Their page available.
Not like that.
We need to get it like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That is what creates people to get to know, like, and trust you.
Right.
Once they get to know, like, and trust you, they'll buy from you.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So we need, and I say that because I study marketing every day.
Right.
I spend at least 2 or 3 hours a day on marketing. You know what I'm saying? Just on like looking at commercials, advertisements, 30 seconds. And
things change.
Things change. So I'm looking every day to see like, how is this being pushed forward?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I asked that question just to say, hey, if you don't, we need to try to get this set up because we need a page that we can get the 1,200 people to.
Right.
To get 12 to buy.
I like it.
It's 12 buy every day.
Learning today. I'm learning today.
If 12 buy a day, that's 6 figures a year.
Right.
And I'm just saying. So I mean, these are the things. So then people might say, well, how much money I got to spend on marketing? Got to reverse engineer it. How we want to market? Do we want to buy into people's email lists? Do we want to put an ad on on Instagram, Facebook? To me, I call it the A plus B. So you might want to put a $10 a day ad on Facebook and a $10 ad on Instagram just to see which one doing better.
Right. Right.
You need to do because you might have a power on Facebook. You know, I hate to say this, but all the old people on Facebook.
Yeah, that's it. I already know. That's the old people. That's us.
That's what I'm saying. All the old people on Facebook.
Right.
Now, how do you and TikTok about to go bye-bye? So people have been spending a lot of time on TikTok.
Right.
But this is the real secret. The real secret is, and I'm giving y'all a free game right now. I charge for this game. I'm giving y'all a free game. The real secret is this. Do you have a home on the internet? People say, I got social media. Social media can kick you off at any time.
Right.
Do you have a website that you're collecting people, phone number, and email address? If you don't have that, you need to get in that position. Because that's the new generation of, imagine you can pick your phone up and text 300 or 400 people, 1,000 people a day, and just they get it. People will check their phone before they check their email address.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So these are the things that we got to shift. I didn't want to get into. I just trying to give people a little bit of knowledge. So let's talk about the shirt, man. Think great,
do great, be great.
Okay. Yeah. Think great, do great, be great.
And that's what I was
break that down to us.
Man, like I was talking about with my principles of greatness.
Okay.
Gratitude, resilience, energy, accountability, and trust. That's what my acronym for great is. I live those every day.
Okay.
Live those every day. Think about it. I wake up in the morning, I think about it. I think about my plan. If I can't automatically it just rolls off and put a plan together that makes me, that's gonna help me be great. Do is the implementation.
Yes.
We talk about implementing the plan. You can't let the plan just sit there. You have to implement the plan.
Come on.
And then be great. You do that, you think it, you be it, you will be great. You think it, you do it, you will be great.
I like that. I just think people need to wrap your mind around it and get your pen and paper out. Yes. Rewind the video. You need to think about that. Because my whole thing, when I was trying to build my brand, I started my brand back in 2009. And I said, God, I don't know what to bring to people. And then he was like, why now is your time? I was like, oh, man, I don't know. It's like, that's it. But he said, you need to find 3 principles.
Got you.
And the 3 principles is life, brand, legacy. And then you got to give them an action with those 3 principles, which is design the life you want, create the brand you deserve, and leave your legacy. Then he said, also, with all of that, you got to give them a statement. So then this is how I go. Why now is your time to design your life, create your brand, and leave your legacy with your own information and products.
Ooh, love it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
But that took time.
Right.
The problem is, I have a question. If I was to give you $1 million in 24 hours, we have an elephant here. But you got to eat the elephant.
Ooh.
Would you eat him? Would you even try? You got 24 hours.
24 hours to eat that elephant.
Eat that elephant.
Oh, my goodness. I don't know if that's going to be able to be done.
It's not. You know why? Your body can't digest the elephant.
Exactly.
So people want success overnight.
Right.
Your body can't digest success overnight.
Right.
But if you tell me I got 6 months, I got 6 months to eat this elephant. You going to give me $1 million?
Oh, yeah. I'm
going to start chopping them.
Yep.
So that's how people got to look at success. This next generation, man, I want it right now. Like we got a couple that's they come on Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursday. Me and my wife, we helping them build their product out.
Right.
I'm like, slow down to speed up. it's a 6 to 8 week process to build a product outright. Right. It's a $3,000 investment, but it's worth the $3,000 because we're going to show you how to market it, position it, help you do your videos, back office. We got everything in place. Right. That's what people got to do. Stop wanting success so fast. Right. You know, it's an analogy. So tell me, what's some of the analogies that you be using to sell the people, to close them?
Oh, man.
Got a lot of them.
Man.
Let me show you. I'm going to tell you one of my analogies I use. I said, we got a glass right here. Mm-hmm. Okay. The glass represents the body. Right. We got a water. We pour the water in and represents the positive energy. Right. We got a dime. The dime represents the vision. Right. We got a teaspoon of Coke. Right. We pour it in there. What happens to that dime? The visions get cloudy. Oh. So that little bit of negative energy, right? That teaspoon, correct. That the Coke represents the negative energy, right? You pour it in that glass, the vision gets cloudy, right? People wonder why they can't see their vision no more because they let a lot of that. I think they don't. It becoming 5 or 6 teaspoons, right? Some analogies that you use to close the people. What's some you think you have?
Oh man, like when we talked about it before, like we talk about the delivery. Man, come on. You sitting here, you just imagine the people out there. Imagine yourself.
Come on,
man. Imagine there's a point you're trying to get across.
Come on.
Are people gonna understand your energy when you're giving it?
Come on,
man.
Talk about it.
Would you like to be talked to like that? When I'm delivering my information, I gotta make sure that my audience can receive it. Man, because that's what I in my line of work too, like as a building principal, you know, that's what I run into a lot with some of my assistant principals, some teachers and things like that. When things are, you know, when things are going wrong, when you're trying to talk to when teachers are trying to talk to kids, teachers are trying to talk to parents. Principals are trying to talk to kids. It's all about your delivery.
And it's like a cross communication.
Yes.
It's like they don't know what you're saying. You don't know what they're saying. Y'all really saying the same thing. Yes. They just don't know how to say it. Y'all don't know how to say it the same.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I think how would you want to receive it?
Yes. Yes. And I think that's good because I think we live in a world of communication. And I tell people, like, with the internet, I call it the Wi-Fi.
Right.
With the internet, it's so many ways to build relationships with people.
Right, right.
But so many times we posting our life stories.
Correct.
That's killing people. That's killing the energy. It's killing. Right. It's like, man, like if me and you start fighting right now and then we put it online, they're like, oh, look at that fight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now we give somebody positive energy, like, oh, they just talking positive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's man, that's one of the biggest conversations that I have with kids. Okay. Man, why do we always get drawn to the negative stuff? It's like you said, it's a fight. We're gonna watch the fight, but when somebody's trying to tell us something, you know, positive or trying to motivate us to get us going, oh, we're gonna swipe by that.
Oh my God.
We're gonna flip by that. We're not gonna watch that. And that's crazy.
And I think because the body is naturally drawn to negativity.
Yes.
And so this is why God it's so hard for people to get to God, right? Because the devil's already controlling the environment.
Right.
And so that's killing you. It's like, man, I'm trying to get something positive, but it's like, let me give you something negative.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. And I think it's so hard to shift the dynamic of everything. All right, another word called pour. There's an acronym. You heard it?
Give it to me.
Passing over opportunity repeatedly. So let's talk about it. What's your thoughts on the word pour?
Ooh, it's just like what you said. You got to spend money to make money. And that we pass over opportunities because we don't want to invest in that opportunity.
That's deep. That's deep. Because I tell people all the time, you investing in Jordans, he ain't giving you no value. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just saying. Yes. You know, you investing in Jordan.
Right.
And I really try to, like, I don't know, I just try to shift the next generation mindset on the financial literacy, like we talked about earlier,
right,
is understanding, like, man, you can be a millionaire.
Right.
You gotta believe, and you gotta know that it's people waiting on you to live your purpose. But if you don't live your purpose, they can't live their purpose.
Right.
That's how funny God is. The guy like, well, I've been trying to tell you, got an audience out there.
I didn't put you in. I didn't put you in these places.
Come on.
Now you gotta go. You gotta move.
Yes. So all your years that you've been, you shifting the dynamic, and then there's a time capsule about like this.
Correct.
It's about like this.
Right.
I want you to put 3 things in there before you die, so people can remember you by.
Oh man, that's deep.
What would it be?
Oh man,
3 things.
A time capsule where I can actually put some stuff in there. I would want some type of, video showing of how I impacted others. How I was a servant to others.
Yes.
I would like my story in there.
Okay.
Not only just those situations where I impacted others, my story of where I came from, so people can see the piece.
Come on.
That there was work put in place for me to get where I was.
Yes.
And shoot, man, that last one. Man.
So my 3 is gonna be this. I'm gonna leave a letter. The letter just say, "Hey, man, you can become whatever you want to do.
Love it.
You got to believe in yourself." Second thing is, I'm leaving a collection of videos from all my 30-second reels to my podcast.
Right.
I'm leaving look, watch these videos. It's gonna change the way you think.
Right.
All right. And the last thing is a picture of my family.
Right.
So you can know, man, listen, I come from poverty. I come from mom being on food stamps.
Right.
To millionaire. Because I believed in me.
Right.
It took me a long time though.
Right.
I started my first business at 18, graphic design company. It took me a long time. I didn't become job free till 40. So that means it's 22 years of me in the trenches trying to start a business, trying to find who I am.
Right.
I had my book sitting on the shelf for 10 years. Found my wife, and my wife been together 8 years. I found my wife. She was like, "Hey man, you got to get this book out. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying?"
Right.
So she put that battery in my back. She put the battery in her back, and she said, "Hey, you could quit your railroad job and go live your dreams. I got us."
Wow.
And so now I'm like, oh, hold on, wait. The man in me say, "Man, I don't know if I trust you like that."
Hold on.
Let's not make that decision
right.
too quick.
Right.
But she was like, "So you don't trust me?" I'm like, "I do trust you." She said, "Man, you got so many gifts and abilities." She said, "Why don't you get job free first, and I'll follow behind you. Right. But I need you to go get it." Right. And I think that's important. Right. I think once people get past the thinking about money part,
right,
success becomes easy.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So is there anything you want to ask me? Because I like to leave the flow open too. Any questions you want to ask me? Before you got here, what was your thoughts? What was you thinking you was coming to? I mean,
man, it was open, man. Chip had told me that it was an amazing place, man. This is dynamic, man.
I appreciate it.
You got a great setup here.
Yes.
Shoot, we talked through a lot of it, man.
Yes.
What motivates you, what keeps you going, why are you doing what you do, man? If you could just expound on that, man.
Man, you know what? And look, my mom died at 50. That's the picture of her right here.
Okay.
She died at 50 from cancer. And I was like, man, we all don't know how long we're going to live. We just don't know.
Right.
To be honest. So, man, I just got on this journey and just told myself, like, man, this thing bigger than me. I truly want to leave a legacy. I truly want to be able to say I impact thousands of people. I don't need the millions. If I get it, I get it.
Right.
But I learned to be rich. To be rich, you just need 1,000 people to know, like, and trust you. Right. This is the thing. People so focused on, I got 1 million followers.
Right.
I got 100,000. That stuff don't matter. Right. You can have 100,000 people looking at your stuff, but nobody buying nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather get people to know, like, and trust me and say, man, I got to follow your journey. Oh, you got a product? I'm going to buy it. Oh, you got a book? I'm going to buy it. Man, you got a mindset course? I'm going to buy it.
Right.
Like, whatever you have, I'm going to buy it. And I try to tell everybody I meet is focus on the power of 1,000. It's not about the millions.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's about 1,000. I didn't run the play. I'll keep running the play. You know what I'm saying? I keep running the play.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I just want the world to know that, like, greatness don't require you to have millions of followers.
Right.
Focus on the power of 1,000.
That's powerful.
The power of 1,000 allows you to say, because it looks smaller, and it is smaller.
Right.
Versus Man, I got to go Instagram. I got to get 1 million followers. I got to go here get 1 million followers. That's dumb.
Right. And I'm looking for 1 million followers. Like I got 50,000 and I'm mad.
You mad.
Right.
But this is the thing. And me and my wife learned this from building our community. We charge $10, $20 a month for our Why Now Is Your Time community. And this people want to, and look, and we was one of the first people to charge for content. People say, man, you waiting on YouTube to be monetized? No. I started a website. Me and my wife started doing podcasting. We give them a free video on Fridays, and we hide videos. So every week we hide 2 1 week, 3 the next week, 2 the next week. It's like that. So we do, right now we're on season number 8. We do 20 episodes per season. We just post clips and people come into the community. And that's it. So for 33 cents a day, you come into the community. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that's the mindset, is build your community, man. Your community. If I tell anybody, build your community. Once you build your communities, they will buy.
Right.
They will buy from you. That's what people got to focus on. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, what made us get this studio was people was trying to rent a house up. Our podcast house. We had a podcast hole like in our
in a room in your house.
It was in our game room.
Okay.
And people was like, hey man, we let a couple people rent it.
Right.
I told my wife, let's get a building. And so now we got people coming in here every week renting. Right. You see different furniture because they get to move the furniture around, take my stuff off, you know what I'm saying?
Don't set it up like they want to
How they want to set it up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is just my setup.
Right.
They bring their own pictures, they bring their own, and we just set it up for them, let them go to work.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? They can, you see all those photos, we give them like different samples they can do, they want to do.
Right.
They can have like, oh, I like this, or that. I might want to use these 2 chairs, Okay, I'm going to take those photos down and use, you know.
Right.
And so we allow them to be creative.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why we created this studio though. Anything else you want to ask me?
Man, where you see yourself in about 3 years?
The next move is we building a 10,000 square foot content creation studio.
Ooh.
5 podcast rooms, 2 state-of-the-art classrooms people can teach. Also, my brand, my wife brand, we have a whole store where they can go. Entrepreneurs can pay $30 a month. They can come to the open areas. We're gonna have like little pod mods where they can sit down and do business and connect with other entrepreneurs. And a place where people just can't create content. I haven't seen it in Houston. I've been looking. I mean,
they don't have it.
So I'm trying to have a place where they can come and be able to say, I want to use this all white room. We can set up 5 or 6 cameras. I know some of the dudes that's trying to do fitness.
Right.
And say, hey, good. Put your logo on the back. Let's record you. Do your exercise. You pay your money. We lock your website up. Boom, you start selling your product. You know what I'm saying? That's the next move for OM2H Creative Studios. You know, I've just been looking, man. I'm a game changer. I'm just trying to, and again, do I need all 7 million people in Houston? I don't. You know what I'm saying? You just need maybe 150, 200 people monthly that can generate easily about 50K.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that just, you got to have a vision.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You just, and I think people so scared to live out their purpose, man.
Right.
You know, also I got 2 more books in the works right now. So I'm working on those 2, and I'm trying to change this to an audio book.
Okay.
So, man, I'm just excited, man, about what God has for us, man, and just being locked in, man.
Right.
It's a lot, man. But you gotta believe, man. And for me to read this book and see like y'all mindset, it's just, I'm loving it. And then each one of y'all got a chapter, huh?
Yes, sir.
So, what kind of encouraging words do you want to leave for the people, though? What's encouraging? Like, give them some fire. Give them something they can live by, some standards, what you got?
Man, for me is we don't do anything by ourselves. But you don't need a lot of people in your circle.
I agree.
Attach yourself to quality people that's going to give you good advice. It's not about what you want to hear. It's what you need to hear.
I like
that can help drive you forward, man. You have a choice every day to wake up positive.
You do.
You know, you have that choice. You got to make that choice. Don't let the negative influences out there, drive your life.
That's true.
you stir in your own direction of positivity, man.
Come on.
Man, make sure your circle is positive.
Come on.
You stay positive. The sky's the limit. Surround yourself with good people and the sky's the limit.
And I love that because so many people, because I would get like young men that be like, oh man, you talking positive, but man, you don't understand the hardship. Boy, do you understand? I used to be you.
Exactly.
Do you understand that my mom used to be on food stamps?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that I had to mentally take myself and say, I'm breaking my own generational curses?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that as I'm trying to be an entrepreneur, I got family members that's not supporting me?
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Do you understand that everything you saying, I already experienced it?
Yes, and lived through it.
Lived through it. So now I'm a living example on how if you stay focused. Me and my wife got sweaters that we made. People love them. They buy them all the time. It's called Consistency Kills Critics. If you just stay consistent, you stay on it, the people will follow you. The people will love you. Right. And I want people to know that, like, man, your excuse is somebody else's reasons why they why they being successful. Correct. So what's your why though?
My why?
Yes. What's your why? Because the acronym for why is what's hurting you. And I say what's hurting you because what's hurting you is what's fueling you to push to greatness.
My why is serving others, man.
I like
serving
that.
others and being an example for my family. Because just like what you said, we've been through so many things in our past, man. We've lived through the part where crack cocaine came out and was invented and tore up our neighborhood. We lived through that.
I had a couple cousins that died. They got killed for selling crack cocaine.
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying? So I always chose to be like, I used to see, dang, man, look, I didn't see them cooking it.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you. I didn't see them cooking it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I was like maybe 13, 14, and they was cooking it. I'm like,
people can't understand the things that we've seen and been through. And to see people like it's a choice to be positive, wake up in the morning and go in the right direction. It's a choice because it was so easy back in the day to make the wrong decision.
And we'll be out there.
Make the wrong decisions, like stepping out your front door and making the wrong decision, man. Like you have control of your life, man.
Come on, man.
You can say no to this and no to that. But what you said at first is consistency. Consistency when you're telling people, no, I choose not to do that. No, I choose not to do that. No, I choose not to do that.
Your no become more powerful than your yes?
Yes. Yes, sir.
I tell people all the time, your no's become more powerful than your yeses. Yeah. And when you understand, like, man, the power of no, because you're so locked into your dreams and your purpose,
right?
You realize, like, I used to do websites for everybody. The guy said, no, you do it for coaches and consultants only. Because you want to work with them. You don't want to make that money. You want to work with people who want to build out some kind of back office. They're a coach, they're a consultant. Those are the people that you need to work with. And when I shift that dynamic, that's when I start getting a lot of people.
Right, right.
When I and stop just, oh, you want a website? Oh, it's 500. God said that ain't your purpose.
Right.
Your purpose is to help people with products, help people to build out their back office, that build a system. You know what I'm saying? Right. So there's an acronym I live by where system stands for save yourself time, energy, and money. Ooh. You have to put in the system, man. Right. It has to be a system.
Right.
Once there's a system, success comes.
Right.
No, the problem is there's no system. That's why I asked you earlier, is there a website that we can go to, and say, this is why you should buy this book? It's important. Those little things is what builds is making them from you making $100 and you making $100,000.
Right, right.
Just that little shift.
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying? So that, and then understanding, like, I think what happens is we get lost in the sauce. So, like, say, like, your book come out 2 years ago. This book still might be hot.
Right.
But look, what happens is that all that momentum we used to have, we don't have that momentum no more.
Right.
So, but if you got that website set up, just keep promoting it. It's gonna be a new group of people find you.
Right.
And I think that's the secret sauce, is knowing, like, I'm building me a $11,000 a year academy, but it's only for 8 months. I'm building it because, and this is just basically how to create content, how to build your brand from scratch, the tools, the systems, and the processes you need.
Right.
I'm building that.
Right.
I only want to work with 50 people a year though.
Limit.
It's no different than the Jordan brand.
Right.
Why we can't go get Jordans right now? Because you gotta wait to this day. You gotta wait to this day. You know what I'm saying? And they selling it.
And they know it's gonna be hot.
It's gonna be hard. So if I could take 50 people a year, 8 months, and say, I'm gonna take these 50, but we just building out your brand. That's what it's about, man. Anything else before we get off of here?
Man, I enjoyed it. Man, I appreciate you having me on, man. It's so much, man. I enjoyed this time, man. Just to bounce things off. It's always good, you know, and I enjoy surrounding myself around like-minded, positive individuals. Man, I appreciate you, Lloyd, for having me on, man.
Listen, man. He dropped some amazing nuggets. As the video popping up, I'm pretty sure you've seen it pop. You've seen this information popping up. Listen, I always tell you guys to go out and design the life you want, create the brand you deserve, but most importantly, leave your legacy with your own information and products, man. It's inside of you, but how bad do you want it? We'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.